People will say pro-lifers are misogynistic, which I will say that I didn't know holding women to the same low bar of parental responsibility was sexism.
It's important to differentiate between the argument of being pro-life and the actions of some individuals who may identify as such. The belief that abortion is wrong or unethical does not inherently imply misogyny. However, some individuals who identify as pro-life may express misogynistic views or attempt to restrict women's reproductive rights in ways that limit their autonomy and bodily agency. It's also worth noting that not all people who oppose abortion identify as pro-life, and that there can be a diversity of opinions on this topic. Ultimately, it's important to have respectful and nuanced discussions about reproductive rights and to avoid painting entire groups with broad brushes.
Well, it is like the very least a parent is required to do is to not kill their child. They can give their child up for adoption, but not kill them.
Yes, that is a fundamental belief of the pro-life movement, that every human life is valuable and deserves protection, including unborn children. While there may be debates around when life begins or when a fetus should be considered a human being, the pro-life argument is based on the belief that intentionally ending the life of an unborn child through abortion is morally wrong. Some pro-life advocates also argue that providing support for pregnant women and families, such as access to healthcare, education, and financial assistance, is important to help prevent the need for abortion in the first place.
When people point out that it is harder for pregnant women to meet that obligation, I say it is harder for a father born with a predisposition to anger to do it as well, but we still expect him to.
While it is true that both men and women can face challenges in meeting their parental responsibilities, pregnancy and childbirth can present unique physical and emotional challenges for women that may require additional support. It is important to recognize that holding individuals accountable for their parental responsibilities should be done in a way that acknowledges and addresses these challenges, rather than punishing or stigmatizing women for them. Additionally, it is important to address systemic issues, such as inadequate access to healthcare and social supports, that can make it more difficult for women to fulfill their parental responsibilities.
Also, it should be noted that Poland has strict abortion laws and it has low maternal deaths from pregnancy and the like.
While it is true that Poland has strict abortion laws and a relatively low maternal mortality rate, it's important to note that the relationship between abortion laws and maternal mortality is complex and can be influenced by a wide range of factors, including access to healthcare, maternal age, socioeconomic status, and quality of medical care. While Poland may have a lower maternal mortality rate than some countries with less restrictive abortion laws, it's difficult to draw definitive conclusions about the impact of abortion laws on maternal health outcomes.
One can argue that prohibition couldn't work and abortion restrictions can, is because of the audience of both. The market for alcohol is mostly men, whereas the market for abortion is women. Men are more risk-taking.
While it's true that the market for alcohol during Prohibition was mostly men, and that men may be more risk-taking, it's important to note that the demand for alcohol did not disappear during Prohibition. Instead, it led to an increase in organized crime, as people sought out illegal sources of alcohol. Similarly, restrictions on abortion may not eliminate the demand for abortions, but instead lead to unsafe, illegal abortions that could harm women's health. Additionally, it's important to consider that women may seek abortions due to a range of complex and personal circumstances, and it's not fair to generalize their decisions based on gender stereotypes.